Hello and welcome back to Mechanical Mastery. As you can see in between episodes, I have been a little bit busy getting Create all worked out in this area here. And we're going to dive right into this because we need to get ourselves some enriched iron, or quartz infused iron, to get moving along here. So just to recap what I have built up over here, we have our steam engines. They are using a shaft going into a gearbox. We are going to be using this gearbox in sequence like this to be getting ourselves up 2 more crushing wheels today over here. And on this side, we have set up some belts to get ourselves some haunting as well as some washing up and running again. And just on the back here, just so you can see how I did this, I used a gearbox going into a shaft, using the mechanical belt going into these encased chain drives here, and that is driving all the fans in the correct way. If I were to move this, it will actually push me. This should hopefully block the effects of us putting our water and everything in here. So I'm probably going to leave that like that because we're going to be putting water on this side. All right, so we need to make ourselves some soul campfires, which we should be able to make fairly easily, except for this soul sand here. We do not have any of that. We can grab some of this out, and we can make ourselves some soul campfires. We're going to need 4 of them, just for the way I set this up. And we are going to need, I think that's it for right now. We should be able to get these right away on here. So we're going to be putting these ones on this side. And as you can see, it is doing the haunting effect because I got blindness. So this should still go through the trapdoors. I will need to test that as we go through here. And this should get all of these up and running. I'll just throw a log there for right now. And I guess a log on the other side to make it symmetrical. And all right, so we are going to need to get some barrels and some brass funnels. Brass casing, we need the brass funnels, which are going to need these electron tubes. And going all the way back to where we were making that rose quartz. And now we're going to want to take our brass funnels and all that jazz over here. I also made our crushing wheels real quick. We're going to need 4 of them. So they will go over here. And that will set up like that. We are going to be using barrels, but I am going to be using crafters as well on top of these to get these set up correctly. So we should be able to use them like this, and you can actually use the brass funnels on top and on bottom. I like to use these only because it doesn't work like a hopper. A hopper will cause a little bit of lag in your world because it's always constantly looking for an item to drop, as opposed to this where it can kind of read the inventory. But we need our wrench, I keep putting into here, and we definitely need to get this range upgraded, which is our top priority today, because we need this to be on extract mode, and we're going to do the same on this side. We're going to need some more barrels actually, and this will be on insert mode. All right, so that's good. We have 2 crushing wheels here. We should be able to set up with crafters over here, items upon request. That is the goal. And on this side, we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to have a barrel with a brass funnel, and we'll have a barrel on this side. An exporter will be on top, and we can put our brass funnel here. This trapdoor is going to be in the way. It's okay. Take it out for now, because that should actually block that. Not really, actually. Might have to look at separating this one more. So I've been messing around with it a little bit, and you can move these here as long as they're on the belt. So there you go. You don't want to shift. If you shift, it'll pop it off. But we're going to set it up like this. I found that it was moving like too quickly, so it doesn't even really need to have that many campfires because it's really just ending right over here. each time. So as long as we throw the water in here, I guess I could just I grab some wood out of here because I just want to close this up for good and be done with it. So yeah, we'll throw that there. We'll throw the water in. That should be washing, and we should be able to now put some filters on this thing. So we're gonna need to get the attribute filter we were using before. Attribute filter. So at create filter, attribute filter, which we need some brass nuggets, which we can make, and we need some wool. I may pull it in there. No. Need string. String. Can't tell how many we have. Oh, we have 64. Perfect. Let's make some of those and filter. The attribute filter. We'll make 2 of these. So we're gonna need to have 2 of them. So the first one, we can actually use the soul sand on. We'll throw this in here, and we're going to look at the attribute list here. Can be washed. That's what we want. Add attribute and deny. So we want to deny things that can be washed, and we'll confirm that. So now we should be able to throw this on here. Maybe if I, there we go. Throw that on there, and can I extend it now? I think it stays on there, yeah. All right, so filters on, and we should be able to go into here and throw the soul sand, and it should wash. We'll give it a minute while I configure this one. So this is haunting. I'm not really too sure certain things that can be haunted. Clay can be haunted, so we want this attribute filter, and we're going to set it to deny, and we will confirm that, and we will close this off. And there we go. So apply that there, and if we throw the clay into here, it should get haunted into whatever clay gets haunted into, and we'll get it in this barrel over here. So we're definitely going to want to bring refined storage over here. Definitely going to want to think about what type of recipes we're going to want over here, especially possibly even setting up this one to always produce us like maybe gravel or sand. So we got some planning to do. And storage hooked in over here. It has been a little bit of a challenge just because of the way I set this up, but it's not too bad. We should be able to punch right through here and get that out. And we should be all hooked up after that. So we have this one over here, which we will also go from below. So we'll bring this cable straight down underneath. Might need to make a few more, but I do have our quartz washing up right now. So I should bring it straight into there, and we should be able to run the other cable just right along there. And it's all pretty clean. So it's looking pretty good. And these range upgrades, it's about time. Let me just grab this quartz. And we should be able to get this crafter, well, wireless crafter, to use. So, range upgrade. So we needed range upgrade. We needed the quartz iron, which we can make plenty of now. And we'll make, I think we had room for 3 more. We only made the first one. So we'll throw that in over here. And we now can go 48 blocks. Hopefully that will cover all the way over here. No. But it does get pretty far. Let's get over here. So we can access it pretty far, which is perfect. So one neat trick with this is it can go in a curio slot. I will put it in my head slot because nothing else really ever goes there. And you can set this to whatever you would like. So if you go to super crafting grid, super open, super wireless crafting. I like to just set it to what I use for my it's making me use control with it. There we go. Button 5. I like to use button 5 because that's what I use for my inventory. So I'll set off my inventory to back to E. And so I can open this if I need to edit my curio slots, which I do need to put some EMC in my client star. And I have this on my mouse pad here, so I can automatically open it up, and it is always right there. It is good. Now we're able to get ourselves a grid and make ourselves a pattern grid in order to start making some patterns. So we're going to need to get a pattern and make the pattern grid. We can hook this into our system here. It doesn't really need to be fancy. Our pattern grid can go right here. We are going to need to make some patterns. So we'll look at here and we'll just make a few. Probably as many as we can make, 6 for right now. Patterns will go over here. I will put this to small and do the 2-way. And we can set patterns up. So if we wanted to do quartz and we wanted to say processing pattern for 1 quartz, or actually, let's get soul sand. So 1 soul sand to 1 quartz. Soul soil. Okay, come on. Soul sand. 3rd time's a charm. And here we go. Another quartz. And we'll have our pattern here. We can now go ahead and put this pattern in over here. So we will be able to put the 1 pattern in, and now we should be able to request quartz, and it should throw it out into there. I don't have the export bus hooked up to this side, so we might want to do that real quick. All right, so goofed up a little bit here. We need an importer on this side, and that should actually import into our system now. And this cable was not fully hooked up down here, which is why we cannot request a craft. So now we should be able to look up quartz, and we should be able to craft it. Let's see if we can make 64 of it. We're missing the soul sand because we don't have soul sand in our system yet, and we will grab that. And can we make 64? And let's see, as long as this starts going, we should be good. So yeah, we have 3 washing spots, and it should make it fairly quickly. Yeah, it's moving pretty good. So that's that. And there's a few other recipes I'll be setting up over on this side as well. Just getting us started with our auto crafting. Glass, maybe something we want to take a look at. Possibly even sand. So these are the base level crafters. We do have the ability in this pack to upgrade our crafters. There's all different types, so the gold crafter, diamond crafter, and so on and so forth. So we will be able to increase the amount of slots per crafter, so we shouldn't have to really worry about upgrading the amount of machines in this area. This should suffice for what we're going to need it for in this pack. But we are swiftly moving along, and we're going to be able to start taking a look at these effigies and how we're going to be getting these each individual liquids created, put into tanks and stored. That way we can use them to spawn the mobs and either kill them in world or use that the saw method. Putting some thought into how we're actually going to be doing these effigies, and I made up some machines here. The way I'm thinking we're going to do this is the sawmill is going to be the final in line before we get the effigies. So they will be right down here, and they will be the one killing the mobs, or I guess deconstructing the effigies. We're going to have the fluid encapsulators on top of each one of these, and then we are going to have the magma crucibles on top of those. So we're gonna have to worry about getting power over to these and what each item is going to be getting. The lava is easy. We're using netherrack. The glowstone is easy. It has EMC. The redstone, we need to think about. I'm thinking about using this crusher here to automatically start producing us our redstone. So I might set this back up with an EMC link up top, a hopper, and then into a barrel with our storage system being able to read that, and then export the the redstone on top of here once it's crushed down. And then finally is the resident ender. This one's going to be definitely the hardest to make here. It's going to require this crafter. I didn't see really any other way for us to be doing this. So this was quite expensive. It required 2 sequential fabricators, a machine frame, and it's quite the craft, but we did get it up and running. So whichever one we choose, which is likely going to be this one, will be the one crafting the ender pearls, and then it will need to go down into the magma crucible and then go on through there. We also need to worry about crafting our dormant effigies. So we need to come up with a solution to do that. And I think if we just put a crafter over here, we may be able to get away with just that over here and have our system craft those up, because it's really only the 2 things as long as we're making calcite. So we're going to need an induction smelter with a crafter with that recipe on it. So we'll have to set that up likely maybe over here. With that being said, we can start setting up some of these. This side will do lava. This side will be the glowstone. And then, like I said, over here, we're going to replace this. And we're going to place that there. And we should be... I'm not sure if a hopper will do it. Might have to pipe in. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I guess we could just test it real quick. We need redstone ore. And I guess we could just pop this on this EMC link. And that didn't help us because it actually broke it. So redstone ore is placing it. Why is it doing that? It's because the EMC link's in the ground. There we go. Redstone ore. It is crushing it, so that's good. So we're going to want a hopper. So we'll grab ourselves a hopper. And we will grab ourselves a... I don't think I have any jungle wood, so I'll have to grab some wood. And we'll do this the old-fashioned way. And iron. And we will grab ourselves one more acacia barrel here, because I'm going to want to fill that in there in order to be our storage system for this redstone here. So we'll put the acacia barrel here, and we'll grab ourselves the hopper. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get this in with this crushing like this. Probably not. Maybe. There we go. And then with my magic magnet off, it should go into here. Yeah, that is going out quite quickly. So that's good. So we will have quite a bit of redstone. We're probably going to want to put an upgrade in there. I don't know if I have any more. Upgrade. Diamond. I guess it's called... What is it? Storage chest? Storage. Yes. Storage upgrade. 4 times its value. That sounds good to me. So we'll throw that in here. So yeah, stack limit 128. That should be more than enough. So yeah, we got those stacks upgraded, and now we have redstone being made. We'll just have to hook that into our system to be exported on top of here. So let's get ourselves an induction smelter. Shouldn't be too hard to craft. we are getting to the point where things are getting a bit easier for us. We are starting to have a backlog of supplies, which is nice. It starts making the pack a little bit different, I feel. And then we will get ourselves a crafter, which are really a pain to place, actually. Because it has to face down into the block. I want a regular one. There it is. And construction cores. I should just make a few of them. And deconstruction cores. And we're out of those. Basic. Gotta get those going. I think they're basics. That said. Ooh. I threw the glass in there by accident. Let's see. Crafter. Deconstruction core, yeah, basic processor. And then a machine casing. So we should have what we need over here. And crafter. Perfect. Oh, ran out of quartz iron. Good thing we can make that now. That is good stuff. We need some blocks to make sure we can place this down. And I will place this. Ooh, not there. I'll place this here. See what I mean about placing it? Got to be like exact. Where did it go? Oh, did it really fall off of there? Wow, because I had my magnet off. All right, guess I got to make another one. So with things hooked up now and a crafter made, I am getting the patterns all set up here. So we need the calcite and soulstone. And this is going to be a regular pattern. I believe that should work just like that. We shall see. And this here, and let's just try to request effigy. Or, well, I guess I need the crafting pattern for that as well. So clear this, dormant effigy, and that all together should make us a dormant effigy. So throw that there. And can we make one of them? Let's see. We can. All right, so that is making the dormant effigies. So now it is time to get these machines configured. So we can have this one doing the netherrack. That's easy. So we'll get the netherrack, and we will have that go there. This will be on, except from the top, export to the bottom, just like that. And it's just going to need some power. And this machine is going to be the same thing. And finally, the final machine should get the same treatment, auto on for everything. And that's pretty much how this is going to go. And it's going to put the final products inside of here. I believe we only get one drop per this way, but I think it will be a little bit less strenuous on the on your PC if you do it this way. Just finishing up some cabling here, and we should be pretty much all set. So I got the netherrack one going. We have the glowstone one going. We got the redstone hooked in using an exporter, exporting the redstone dust over here. Now on to the fluid encapsulators. These are going to need to get those dormant effigies. So I have some exporters here, and we're going to look up our dormant effigy. And we should be able to click and drag this into each one of these, and it will make them as it can. We don't have EMC in our system yet, so it's gonna eventually run out of some supplies to make these effigies, but we should start to see these going in at some point. And we need to get the ender pearls up and running, so we could focus on that while hopefully this is making. This needs power. So we'll get basic universal cables. That might be a problem. I'll have to move this. I guess it's an axe. We'll move our tinker's bench here to here, and we will put the power cable in the middle. So now, I don't want to throw all 4 into there. Put 1 in each. It should theoretically start crafting these. We'll give it a minute while we get these ender pearls started up here. But we should start to see some stuff happening eventually. We'll see what happens. So let's have crafting cards. Should be able to. Oh, we need to make it able to accept from the back. There you go. And I saw 1 going. I don't know if that's using the effigy that we had. And if it's crafting more, we should be able to grab out this. And I believe we can change its mode to monitor. It's scheduling soul sand. Is that still going? Let's cancel that. It is not sending these crafts for some reason. Oh no, we're missing stuff. We're missing bone meal. Alright, so let's change this back to crafting. And let's get ourselves bones. And make bone meal. And see if it starts to craft anything. Yes. It stopped. Calcite, no machine found. Is it because it's busy? It's because it can't accept. You can actually set these to accept and export from the same spot. So it should be able to export from the same spot. But I don't think a crafter is going to be able to accept it. So we can put on the back here an import bus. Or an importer. And always missing one of these destruction cores, basic processors, and silicon. So we're gonna need to get that all up and running. All right, I got the importer over here. So we should be able to put this here, and it should import. Set the back to export. There we go. We could just set this to import, and that should be calcite automated. It should just kind of keep looping that, so that machine will always be running. And we are starting to get some of these drops here. So we had the basalts. This one is not exporting auto. There we go. And we got the blaze rods, and now the final thing is these ender pearls. So we're gonna need our philosopher's stone. Let's change this back to crafting. So I'm just shift right clicking to change that to crafting, and then we will get our stone, and we will grab some iron, and we will need to set this up. So we're going to set up 1 recipe. It's going to be like this. We'll grab some cobble just to fill out the rest of our spots here. So we'll have the philosopher's stone in there. We'll have a stack of iron, and we'll set 2 spots for iron. So we'll set 2 spots for iron. I like to hit remember. That should remember everything. I don't know why it's having some trouble remembering these ones. There we go. Alright, this that's all remembered. That way iron can always go here. The philosopher's stone will always go there. We're going to hit apply on our recipe. But we're going to set these here. So hit the recipe button. Put your philosopher's stone in. And there we go. Hit, you want this set to exit C. That way that the philosopher's stone will stay in there. You'll hit apply, and it should start going. We set this to fast mode, and should start going. I'm not sure what I did, but I was able to get this to start working here. So let's just confirm it with some more iron. Grab ourselves another stack, and yes, it is working now. So we're gonna need a pipe. I'm probably going to use a logistical transporter just to fit with the rest of our build here. So we'll do the logistical transporter here. This will accept items from the left-hand side, and we will set this to pull. So that will pull the ender pearls out, put that into here. So we're going to need to feed this iron, which shouldn't be too hard. We should just need importer, or an exporter actually, which hopefully we can make. Construction core, I think I have one. I have everything we need. There we go. And we should be able to run that there. Set this to iron. And put that on there. And drop one cable in. And it should start filling with iron and making ender pearls. And this should be this line. So we got a full tank of resin and ender, which is not exporting because we need to set this up. That will be the output. This will be the input, and that will be the output. And we got the effigies going in, and this will be the input, and that will be the output. And we should have our final ones going in there. So there we go. So I hope you guys are enjoying this, and I hope you guys are learning something. And if you guys are, drop a like, maybe even a comment down below. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.